All right, so LeBron James did address the media, but he didn't say any names. But I think he's talking about Shaq, Charles Barkley. Because when you think about the media and some of the biggest names, they got the biggest platforms and the biggest voices that were former players that are very critical about a lot of things that LeBron do and a lot of things that players do in general. I think about Shaq and Charles Barkley, right? But he didn't say his name. But I want to play this clip for you when he started addressing the media and what he disliked about it. And you tell me if he's talking about Charles Barkley and Shaq.
A lot of people thought you two wouldn't be able to work together because ball dominant, LeBron James too much of a prima donna.
Yeah, that's right.
Not gonna let Luka come in and do the Luka shit. And they won't be able to figure it out.
Yeah, it must be the idiots that don't know the game of basketball. Oh my goodness, there's so many of those guys out there right now.
I would say your league, you, and your league has the most absurd chatter.
Oh my goodness,
it really does.
It is every single day, and then you realize you was like, I'll be looking at it and I hear it, I'm like, those guys a lot of those guys that played the game or did not play the game, it was just they played the game while they were talented. I don't think they ever thought the game. I don't think they were ever smart. I just think they were bigger and stronger and maybe faster at the time, and they dominated. And when it was over, it was over. They don't. That's why I'm able to still play at fucking 40 years old.
Well, that's what everybody talks about.
Yeah, my mind is just like I can play the game because I can outthink the guys out there. And as my athleticism has went down a notch, not a lot, but a notch.
Don't you a little fat too?
As my athleticism has went down a notch, like I'm able to still bring up other facets of my game to be able to still, do what I need to do every single night. But the talking heads of our sport, oh my goodness.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Especially for you. I mean, you're in a much different situation than maybe any other human in history.
Oh my God.
All right. Who are you talking about? They bigger. When they played, they was bigger, they was faster, probably stronger, but they wasn't smart and they didn't think the game. Who are you talking about?
For sure, Shaq and Charles. But Wendy caught a mean one.
Yeah,
Windhorst caught a mean one.
I don't think he ever did anything to the
you know what? He over there. You know how it be. He over there. Hey man, you ain't from over there, but you over there, man. I'm sending shots at all y'all. Wendy, you can get it too.
So I think like the first part was probably like the Wendy's of the sport, but then the second part when he mentioned like the guys that used to play, he was definitely talking about Charles and Shaq.
Yo, that's tough, man. Like, I wish you would have said that name though.
We knew
what he. Who else could he be talking about?
It would have been real etherish if he would have got up there and said F Mobb Deep, F Biggie, and all you mother.
But was that another calculated move? Like, I mean,
the whole thing was calculated. He wanted to address everyone. Like none of this was just like a freestyle. He knew what he wanted to talk about. He knew what he wanted to say. This was all calculated.
But don't throw stones and hide your hands. If you're gonna go in this, be in this.
All right.
Name names
on site.
You know what I'm saying? Like if it's like he said, if it's on site, you know what I'm saying? So it was on site with Stephen A. Let it be on site with Shaq. Let it be on site with
politics. It's called selective politicking. Don't do that. If I'm gonna charge this person up for saying this, then I'm gonna charge that person up for saying this. When I see him, it's gonna be the same energy for everybody, or else it's gonna seem manufactured. You know what I'm saying? It seems forced. You're right.
But let me ask you this though: did he lie though? If we're talking about Kendrick Perkins, Shaq, and Charles, I'll take Charles out of it a little bit.
Charles be the one. Take him out of there.
Kendrick Perkins and Shaq. No, they're not thinking the game.
They don't have to. They never had to.
No, he's not lying. I don't think Shaq's that smart. He if you ever hear him talk about rankings and the GOAT debate. No, he's the one that said Steph Curry's in the GOAT debate. Like he's
talking.
Yeah, he just be
really
talking.
Just be talking.
He didn't make his case no better when he thought Chauncey Billups was the coach of the Pistons.
Yeah, they clearly do not watch the games.
So he didn't make his case no better. But
they don't watch the games.
On the other hand, though, how can you discredit somebody who played the game at a high elite level for a good bit of time, was successful, has the accolades to show for it. His knowledge must be worth something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's not understand. I would take Shaq's knowledge over some of the guys that have never picked up a basketball when talking about the sport of basketball.
Yeah, of course, but he's not lying. Shaq say some outlandish stuff, and it doesn't seem thought out too well.
That is
at
true.
least Charles Barkley. At least Charles Barkley is thinking. Kenny Smith for sure is thinking the game.
Absolutely,
you get what I'm saying?
Kenny Smith think the game.
So I get it. So the phone lines are open, y'all. Let's go ahead and get a couple of phone calls in. Let me see if I can get this one popping off right here. Caller from New Jersey, can you hear us?
Yes, I can, loud and clear, brothers. This is Brother Clayton. Definitely salute to all you guys, brothers and sisters in there. And Britne, I agree with you. It is fluff. It's a show. I'm not so sure if Stephen A. Smith is in on it. I think they do have a problem with one another, and I think it goes back longer than we even know. With LeBron, I mean, for him, he's been in the league 22 years. Am I correct? When have we ever seen him ever jump in somebody's face? They never had a fight, bro. Ever. I'm just saying, where was your energy for Hale Sonnen? Where was your energy when you was in Cleveland when Delonte West was snatching your moms? Where was that at?
Yo.
Where was your energy when where was your energy when the Dallas Haslam told you, don't you ever raise up at me, I'll beat the shit out you. I didn't forget that. Or what about Mario Chalmers? What about Skip Bayless? What about any of them? I think he went on there because, and like you said, Brother Mel, he is smart. He went on it. Remember, you know Stephen A. Smith and Pat McAfee don't like one another. That's why he went on there.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, Pat McAfee don't care for LeBron. He's just going to have it for the Raiders a year. And like LeBron, where I come from, it's easily fooled, man. I'm like, you don't even see you're being set up. Because Pat McAfee's just setting up the chips and, yeah, I got this dumbass motherfucker. I got this thing with everything I wanted to say. Also, I didn't appreciate what he did because he had some people that was riding with him for a long time, like Brian Windhorst, what he said about him. You know, I think in his family, I didn't hear the interview, but I heard it was not good. And what he said about, I was like, yo, dude, you have no idea what these journalists know about these NBA players, bro. And I was like, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if Stephen A. or even Brian Windhorst do an interview with Chael Sonnen. I said, hey, Chael Sonnen, I got a question to ask you. Why are you so adamant about what LeBron did? Well, I mean, you know that is detrimental if you're trying to, muddy the waters with his name.
Yeah.
I mean, why are you saying this? That would be a real problematic. And that legacy is gone out the window.
Well, appreciate the call, man. I'm gonna get to some more callers, man. I appreciate calling in New Jersey, no doubt.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Let's get one more call in. Let's get one more in, y'all.
This whole this is crazy,
bro.
What?
This
I think I got that Wendy soundbite.
Right commercials.
You know, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I never went out to be like, I want to be the face of the league. Like, you know, I've seen I see a lot of shit too. Like, I seen Brian Windhorst on one of these shows not too long ago. Like,
Wendy.
Yeah, you played over high school.
Wendy, you guys played together in high school.
Yeah,
right? He was on your high school.
This guy was like, you know, says he's like my fucking best friend. These guys are just weird. But
wait,
Wendy. Isn't that
you know, like
that's not real.
Yeah, it was our enforcer, huh?
Knew it.
Yeah, he went on his show and said, you know, like, oh, don't let LeBron fool you. Like, he wears number 23 because of Michael Jordan. Okay, that's a fact. He signed with Nike because of Michael Jordan. It's like, no, the fuck I didn't. I signed with Nike because I got a hell of a signing bonus and they gave me a 7-year, $90 million contract. and I moved my mom out of the hood. The next day I signed that contract. Like, and ultimately, my whole thing is like, what do I want to wear off the court? It's like I want to wear fucking Nikes. Like I want to wear Jordans. I want to wear pennies. I want to wear Bo Jacksons. I want to wear Air Maxes. I want to wear like, so
primes.
Like, like what are we talking about? So like,
yeah, he fried Wendy. Caller, you on? You're live. Go ahead.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We got you.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm from Jersey also.
Shout out to Jersey.
Yeah. And so just as am I just answering a question or can I just
Go ahead. Hey, go ahead, man. This is the show for the people, man.
Yeah, go ahead and cook.
Okay. I've been listening for probably about a year. Just wanted to say, listen to you guys fairly often. Doing a great job, man.
My dog, appreciate it.
You guys inspired me to start my own podcast. You and a couple other people. It's Jay Boyks, JBOYKS. If you ever get a chance, check it out.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. Yes, sir.
What is it again? JB what?
JBOYKS.
Got it. JBY.
Yeah.
JBOYKS.
Got you.
Yeah. Jay Boyks. JBOYKS.
Got it. Bet.
Yeah. Thank you. And so I listened to you, like, basically based on this. I actually did like a whole docuseries on this Stephen A. Smith thing, and I'm actually going to do a video soon about what you guys just played with Brian Windhorst. And I've been telling people it's not popular because the real ones like you guys were far and few in between. Everybody wants to love LeBron like he's their like he's their dad or something like that, or their boyfriend. But at the end of the day, Brian Windhorst for 21 years was this guy's was saying things about LeBron like he knew LeBron. There's no way that some of that stuff that he was saying, there's no way that all of it was nonsense. Because if it was, why would you sit around for 22 years and say nothing? And then, in typical LeBron fashion, you decided to embarrass this man in public like he was nothing because you think you're better than everybody else. What you
think brought that on? What you think brought that on?
Okay, so funny enough, right as I was listening to you guys think, I was looking for the video that actually made that happen. And Brian Windhorst was talking at the time, I don't know if you guys remember, a few weeks ago or something like that, when he was kind of talking about how, like, Bron, like, you brought this on yourself with Bronny. Like, you told him that, people were better. And then with the Nike stuff, he mentioned it, right? The Nike thing. He said, there's some truth to that, but I just wanted to wear Nikes. But it's really about his Bronny decision, in my opinion, again, because Brian said something a little bit against that, right? We're seeing leaks in LeBron's armor a little bit.
Yes.
Even some of his closest people, supposedly, right? Because Brian Windhorst is not a real friend nowadays, I guess, right?
Right.
But he said that, and I think it made LeBron mad, specifically because he said he talked about the sneakers, but I don't really think that was the deal, right? LeBron is not gonna, he doesn't straight up answer questions.
Yeah.
What I mean?
So let me say this real quick though. So do y'all remember Windhorst talking about some assists that LeBron was getting that wasn't assists? They was like, man, somebody need to look into that. Like that's 4 assists that shouldn't be assists. They're just giving him assists. Like, he broke the code. He wasn't supposed to say that. He's supposed to be doing what Nick Wright, Shannon, and Gilbert Arenas is doing, and Windhorst went the other way with it. And when you do that, you end up like Kendrick Perkins being unfollowed on social media and all of those things. Like, Kendrick Perkins is out of the fold now, right? And what happens when you say he's the GOAT like Kendrick Perkins did? For your credibility, you can't go back on that. Now he cut you off from Clutch Sports, and you still got to say he's the GOAT. Why this dude hates your guts?
Can I just say something, Mel? What you just said is something I've been thinking about deeply, my brother. Like, these people, after he gives you his butt to kiss, which is basically what he's doing to everybody, right? Why are you still saying he's second?
because they can't go back.
They can't go
because their credibility be shot. Because now we know you was doing it because
nothing to lose.
Yeah, you can't go back.
Nothing to lose at this point, though. He's not going to let you kiss him again. It's over. All right. The bedtime stories and the kisses goodnight are done, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, guys.
You're out of the house. You out the house.
Yeah, your stuff's on the curb, brother.
So just tell the truth, man. This guy is not the second best player we've ever seen.
No.
I'm sorry. He's not. It's time for them to stop capping because he's turning on you anyway. Just start telling the truth, man. All them losses and all that stuff, you know. And one other thing I just want to add, and then you guys can let me go if you need to. And I really appreciate it because I've been waiting to call in for such a long time. And I finally had a Friday night and I was like, I'm going to get in here, man. One other thing, just a question for you guys, all right? And this might be a little risky. Some people might not like this, but one of my biggest problems with LeBron James is the lies, because I feel like every little lie leads to bigger problems and why people can't let him go. You understand? Why, in my opinion, I really don't believe he was at Kobe Bryant's memorial service. And I know people that's unpopular, and Stephen A. Smith just came out and said, oh, that's not true. But I really think somebody called him and said, yo, don't go that far. I really believe that because there's a video of him being asked, and he said, I appreciate your question, and just politicized his way right over actually saying I was there.
I mean, hold on. Was it the memorial or the statue reveal? Or
it was something he didn't go to.
It was one of them. It was one of them where they said because they had a game that night. And
it was the statue reveal that he wasn't there for because he was
right because he was in the
reveal. He was in the gym practicing when they revealed the statue.
No, they said he was on the training table. Yeah, he was on the training table, getting some treatment and getting taped up.
That's what they said with the statue, but
yeah,
with the memorial service, I keep Googling. I promise you guys, I'm Googling it, and Stephen A. Smith mentioned it the other day, but then he retracted it.
Yeah, he did.
And then he said, and they're saying the Los Angeles Times said he was there. And they're saying Diana Taurasi pointed at him. But to me, this is a conspiracy that people aren't looking far enough into, in my opinion. And the reason why I say that is because he just went on Pat McAfee's show and sitting up there talking about his relationship with Kobe, his relationship, how it's going to be with Mike when he retires. Yeah, right. I just want to say that. And I really strongly, I'm a big time Laker fan, right? But I can't rock with the Lakers the way I used to, because I can't deal with this man's antics. And Kobe meant a lot to me, man. Like, I'm not a worshiper. I'm not an idol worshiper. Like, he's not my dad. Nothing weird. But he meant a lot to me as a basketball player, a basketball fan, and what he stood for. And he stands for the exact opposite of what LeBron stands for.
That's a fact.
And to sit up here and watch him destroy the Lakers and then fake tell people he was at the memorial is really bothering me, because it's just another lie that he's using to keep Los Angeles from really overriding him, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I could be lying, or I'm not lying, but I could be wrong. But until I see some real proof that he was there, I really believe this is a scam, man. I don't believe he was there, because when they asked him directly, there's a video, and if you ever get a chance to check out my channel, it's going to be up probably tomorrow, where they directly asked him, and he said, I appreciate your question, and never answered it. And for most people, that's good enough. But for me, I'm tired of this stuff, man. And now that I see there's a little chink in his armor, and some of these people are starting to go after him, then I'm going to do my due diligence too. Let's get this man out of Los Angeles, guys. Let's get him send him back to Cleveland. Just get him out of Los Angeles. I don't care, man.
All right, brother. I appreciate the call, man. Hey, on your way out, man, put in the comment section the name of your channel again, so a lot of people can go and subscribe, man. Everybody, when y'all see that channel, go in the chat, man. Y'all make sure y'all go and show them some love, man.
Jay
All right, brother. Appreciate the call.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Thanks a lot. Really appreciate you guys.
No doubt.
Appreciate it, brother.
All right, we're gonna take one last call, y'all, and then we'll move on. Caller, can you hear us?
Yes, sir, Mel. How you feeling, man? It's T-Ray.
T-Ray, what's good, brother?
T-Ray.
Hey, man. Hey, that caller right there. He was on fire, man. I'll be brief. I know you got other stuff to talk about, but I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on too, and I don't care who don't like it. But there's two things. For one, why did he give Kobe essentially a eulogy the night before he passed away? Go back and watch the interview he did in the locker room after the 76ers game.
Sheesh. And
then you tell me that ain't A. B, did Bronny really have a incident with his heart?
You know what? In
Did he
the
really have it?
in the
didn't
interview,
see it.
in this Pat McAfee interview, he said, and this is the first time I heard of this, and I'm glad he addressed it. But he said that was a birth defect that that would have went unnoticed had he not been, a high level athlete. So
Right.
yeah. So he said they was able to correct it, and that's why they was confident with him getting back on the court. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, okay. So I mean, we saw Shaq's son in the hospital. I'm not saying that you gotta show you gotta. I ain't crazy like that. But my thing is, he was at the gym. If y'all remember, I don't know if y'all do or not, but they show highlights. He was at the gym working out that same day that he supposedly was in the hospital. Y'all go back and look it up. Like, who does that?
Jeez.
Your son? Y'all go look it up. You know, this ain't made up. But yeah, man, everything about this dude is counterfeit. He's a fraud. He's a $3 bill. I cannot wait till it's over. July 1st, 2018, I refuse to pick it back up again. Love the show, love the energy. I want my homeboy to get well, and y'all keep doing what you're doing. I'm out.
No doubt, man. Appreciate
it. Love. Yo, I'm using that, bro. Fake is a $3 bill.
$3 bill.
Is tough. Put that on a shirt.
$3 Bron.
Oh man.
Yo, y'all got a question real quick before we move on. How y'all think Shannon Sharp feel he didn't get that interview? How y'all think he gave it the
first, matter of fact, I'll even go one better. How you think Gilbert Arenas feel? If you was gonna go in the same kind of setting as
they caped so much that man and didn't get the interview.
I think
you know what? Only a female would know that feeling. Like how would you feel if you was courting a dude, you cooking for him, man, you taking his boots off after work, all this stuff, man, and you did this for 2-3 years, and then he just go marry somebody else.
That is crazy. Yo,
that's what they doing. They was doing all that romance and all that stuff and whining and dining. Oh, Brian, I want some attention, Brian, and doing all that stuff, man. And he go right to Pat McAfee.
He go to Pat McAfee. I know Shannon got to be hot. Like, Shannon had some of the biggest interviews of the past 2 years, and he didn't go there. All that he was doing.
That's why they got.
That's like the same thing as like. That's like the same thing as like you picking teams in school, you know what I'm saying, and you go pick like the dude that normally get picked last. You go pick him first, and everybody's just like, "What's the beef, bro?" Like, who was thinking Pat McAfee show for a LeBron interview?
That was crazy. I still can't believe that's what he went.
Corey,
you muted, Corey.
You're muted.
Corey was going off.
Right, so I'm like,
he was. His head was going.
You still muted, Corey? No, still muted.
And that's why he went to Pat McAfee. The brothers can't get their stuff together. Shannon Sharp, Mike would have been muted and off and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
The bro would have got that wiki line out and they would have missed it.
Wait, would have been in the background.
He did give this side out.
That's because I heard like a woman, and I was like, "Where the hell is this going?" Okay, all right, that's why I'm like, "Oh crap, here we go again."
No, I mean, but even him going to Pat McAfee had to been a calculated move. Like, why that show of all shows? You know what I'm saying?
Because that's his op. You know, Stephen A. was saying something about the contract Pat McAfee had gotten on I think it was on the Joe Budden podcast when they was talking about it.
Did Pat McAfee get paid before Stephen A.?
I don't know if he got paid.
No, he got paid to come to ESPN. Remember, his podcast was just YouTube, and they gave him a crazy bag that was bigger than Stephen A. bag just to come to ESPN, and it wasn't even like they had any. It ain't like he'd been on ESPN before, and they can be like, "Oh man, this is the type of crowd you bring." It was just straight from YouTube, and Stephen A. Smith had to put in work from the bottom all the way up to get to that type of money. So he felt a little
he felt slighted.
Yeah. A little used and abused.
I mean, what did Jay say, y'all, earlier? A friend of my enemy is my enemy.
He's like, yeah, let me go on the dude who you was pocket watching and do this interview.
Right.
That's all calculated.
So now let me ask y'all this, man, because for the guy that claims he been flipping plays since 8 and he's so smart and this, that, and the third, I don't buy that. Do y'all think he's calling any of these shots on these moves? Or is this all clutch?
Like roster moves?
No, like I'm gonna do the Pat McAfee show. I'm gonna start this beef with Stephen A. I'm doing this. You think this is him, or you think somebody's back here telling him like, "Hey, we need to start moving like this. We need you to start doing this." Oh, Pat McAfee and Stephen A. been beefing. You should go do Pat McAfee show. I don't give LeBron enough. I can't give him the credit for him to be able to pull the strings and think this. It's
a collaborative effort. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think it's a combination because he got some big time players on his team, like Maverick. That dude,
Mav Carter, Rich Paul. They black money. You know what I'm saying? Now, especially, and they gonna ride for whatever LeBron wants. Like if he's voiced his opinion, I don't like the way this dude said that. Okay, then you gotta respect him. Somebody just said what I was about to say. Natural muted. They are run like old money. I'll say old money.
We can't say that.
They run like old money. You know what I'm saying? That's how they operate. That's why they gonna drop the bag off if you cake for them for this amount of time, because they ride for whatever LeBron is for. So at the end of the day, I can see that Maverick or Rich putting into play saying, "Oh, nah, this the dude. Bron don't like this the way this dude said this, so we ain't gonna have our players go do no interviews with him. We don't know how deep this can go." You know what I'm saying? They probably doing all kind of stuff back there. So, yeah, I definitely think it's a collaborative effort. They all calling plays.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Just to y'all point of what Shannon might be thinking when he didn't get that interview. That's the best type of truth serum for you to start being honest, and right after that, this is what he responded to on that play that LeBron did last night. Brian, you got to be effing kidding me. You gambled and gave up a 3 and turned it over that led to another 3. What was a 5-point lead with 12 seconds left? You down with 6 seconds and lose on a half-court shot after Reeves puts you up 1 with 3 seconds.
F word.
Long F-bomb.
Yeah.
Yes, F-bomb.
Oh, look at Shannon. Okay. All right. You want to go do Pat McAfee?
You wouldn't have seen this. You wouldn't seen that from Shannon before.
When a woman's fed up.
I just
think Shannon is mad.
I think it was just like Jay said. Like, if you the friend of my enemy, then you the enemy too.
Mm-hmm.
You had to realize that. You had to. Like, I'm not finna go on your homeboy show and give you an interview. You crazy as hell.
Shout out to Jay, man. The delay. It clicked. It clicked.
That's a callback and he ain't even here.
Shout out to Jay for that one. Shout out to Dubs in the chat for Jay, because that's tough.
Because you go on Shannon Sharp show, right? And he gonna start defending Stephen A. Smith. I'm trying to go on somebody's show that's not gonna defend him at all and let me fire off all my hits. You know what I'm saying? And then go sit there and be like, yeah, and agree with. You know what I'm saying? I'm going that show. I'm gonna go on somebody's show that's gonna defend him. Not doing that.
I can't wait for 20 years down the line and a Clutch documentary come out. Like it's got to.
It might not even be 20 if some of the, you know what? I ain't even gonna say that.
I can't wait the next Friday where LeBron is not in the media or in the news for a whole week, where we can do a show with no LeBron.
With no LeBron topics, because they flooded. They left us no choice this week. They left us we had no choice.
Yeah,
they flooded the market.
This Jerry Jones level.
It really is. They look at me right now.
I love Britt.
You
ain't have to bring him up. You ain't have to bring him up. You ain't even have to bring him up.
Shout out to Granny for the $19 super chat. Did y'all hear Shannon talk about LeBron on Nightcap? I did. Go ahead, Britt. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that's Jerry Jones is best known for that. That's how he keeps his pockets padded too.
Gotta stay relevant.
Gotta stay relevant.
That's it.
You know what he's doing.
Know what he doing.
You got to do what you do, but when you do what you do, you do it like you're doing it for TV.
For TV.
It's just like when the Rangers won the World Series and Jerry just so happened to fly over the World Series parade. Like, what the hell you flying over here for? Y'all ain't won shit in 30 years. Keep your ass at the house.